Malcolm, what do you want to do? You're being jumped at by a very angry, for lack of a better word, caveman with mutated arm.
Well, I would like to be not jumped at, for starters.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a dodge action here?
I will give you a dodge. So defense is 6, double that's are 12. Three successes.
And then power plus rank. Let's do this.
Tie goes to the defender, yes?
Yes, always.
Aha.
So you are able to get out of the way. Actually, he shouldn't have had the wound penalty, but we'll go with it.
Is he not wounded?
Time is funny. Moving on.
Okay.
You're very easily able to maneuver out. His lunge jump thing was a little bit haphazard at best. It was more knee-jerk reaction rather than calculated maneuver.
Okay. I would like to try to make my way out to the edge of the quarantine zone. Stand just outside of it, if possible.
So you're gonna follow the path back. So are you just like skedaddling, or are you doing it more like, whoa, buddy, chill style?
Yeah, more like that, yeah. Calm down.
Why should I calm down? You're here to murder me.
I'm not here to murder. You're already dead. But I'm not trying. I'm just trying to fix you.
I gave myself to spread the sickness. What makes you think I want a cure?
Why would you do this to yourself? Are there any that did not choose this? Down here?
He's gaining speed as he approaches you, so if you're gonna keep backpeding him, you're gonna have to start speeding up, and I might ask for a check. Backing up real fast is a little hard, just so you know.
Okay. That's fine.
Not yet. He kind of snarls. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need.
So that's a yes. There are some that don't want this.
They are fools to not submit.
Where are they? They seem like they'd be much more cooperative to my efforts.
Some are here, some are further down, some are further up. They're all sprinkled about. But as the dragon continues to devour and spread the sickness, there will be more everywhere else. It's at this point, he is going to take another attack at you as he kind of springs forward real quick. Do you want to just apply your defense, or do you want to also try to dodge this one?
I would also like to dodge again.
Okay.
So it's 12 again. Yes. Another 3 successes. I'm good at dodging. Don't hit me. Can't touch this.
Again, he seems erratic in his movements, which has some downsides to it. It is hard to see where he's coming from, but because of the erratic nature, he is very much a wild animal, so his lunges sometimes just are telegraphed and easy enough for you to maneuver out of.
Big swings. Julia. Malcolm was thinking in his head, Julia did say that he was insane. I can see that. How close to the edge am I? Is there like a border, or is there?
There's not a border, and you've exited the cul-de-sac area.
Okay.
So you're essentially, let's just say the road that led to this area is more of a alley type situation. And you're getting ready to enter onto what you would classify as the main street, and he's still matching you step for step, essentially.
Still coming. Oh, all right. Okay.
It becomes very apparent that quarantine here is more of a opt-in variety.
Okay. Plan B. Malcolm's gonna fish into his pocket, pull out a lighter, hold it out, and light it.
He pauses for a moment, and he begins to circle you instead.
This could go very badly for either one of us now.
He kind of gives you a wry smirk. That fire won't last forever.
Oh, see, they invented this new thing since you've been around. This will go for a good hour at least.
His steps quicken a little bit as he begins to circle around you faster.
Still holding it. Are there any other ghosts around?
There are several buildings that you can see what seem to be entities watching from their windows. But they're kind of letting whatever go. They're looky-loos.
Okay.
They're not interested in intervening, they're watching.
Okay. Well then Malcolm is gonna keep the ladder out and try his best to make his way up and out, or wherever the exit is.
So you're heading all the way back out.
Yes. Malcolm believes that he's done what he can in this area. He got an answer he was looking for, but not from this. Yeah, this guy's not helping.
This entity continues to follow you, rather doggedly. You know you're gonna fail, right?
Maybe. That's not gonna stop me from trying.
There were others that tried. They failed. What makes you think you're there better?
Human nature.
They were awakened. Like myself. You aren't anything compared to them.
I'm feeling pretty awake at the moment, so I don't know what you mean by that.
He sighs. You're not awakened. You're just some bound individual tied to a scrap of ephemera. You can see Rose, her eyebrow raise and this look of irritation come across her face. She definitely took that as an insult.
Okay. Well, I don't appreciate you insulting my partner like that. She saved my life, so I don't care what you say about me. You leave her out of it.
But you two are one and the same now, aren't you?
Don't think so, though, to be honest, I'm not 100% how that process works. So I couldn't answer you for definite. Still walking backwards.
Yeah, as you kind of look behind you, you're probably about 15, 20 feet from the gate at this point. This has been going on a while.
Yeah. Just a slow dance uphill. .
He pauses, and he lets you get a few steps further away than he has been. Well, little lost one, I feel this is where we part ways.
For once, we agree.
Realize that your desires are going to fall apart. There is no salvation in your medicine, in your cure, as you called it.
Regardless, I feel I have to try anyway.
And with that, he does move low as he tries to get under the arm, as to not disturb the flame.
The little flame.
So, how do you want... This is going to be a twofold roll for both of us. First, it's going to be... do you want to still dodge, or do you want to take the hit?
This close, I think it might be better to take the hit.
Okay, so you'll just apply your defense, but I will not need a second, or I will not need the prevent the from disturbing the flame roll here.
Yes.
However, if he succeeds, what's your defense?
6.
6. Okay. Minus 6. One success, so you're gonna take 1 point of lethal damage.
I will spend a plasm to downgrade that.
And he's gonna roll his finesse here to not disturb the flame. His claw comes up and grazes. It doesn't graze, actually. It goes fully into your lower abdomen. However, you're able to infuse the wound as he pulls it out with plasm, sealing it. The flame doesn't even waver any.
Oh my. Michael's kind of in a panic now. Like, oh, kind of did that on instinct. He didn't know what he was doing. But now he's going to move a little more quickly backwards out because he doesn't want to mess up the flame by retaliating.
The entity just kind of stands there and waves with the clawed hand. You see a little bit of your blood drip off of the claw.
Well, I hope I never see you again. Called you insane. I can see she was right on the mark all there.
Oh, you'll see me. You'll see me topside soon enough.
Well, thanks for the warning. I'll prepare.
As you back out past the gate, past the large grub, I'm assuming you probably clicked the lighter off.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And with that, we're going to go down below. Tiago and Júlia. Chip seems to be somewhat out of sorts. Still probably dealing with the immense amount of time that his brain is having to process all at once.
We're not getting anywhere with him right now, are we?
Is he safe now? Is this where he checks out and we leave him down here like some kind of dribbling vegetable?
I feel like that's a bit harsh. The hermit kind of scratches his head. I mean, you guys are the only ones that can interact with these things, really. So, I mean, I've seen people come out of them a lot quicker. This one's a particularly nasty one, though, as he kind of looks the Yalm up and down. At least to the best of my understanding, it's particularly nasty.
Yeah, I'm getting that. He's just clicking from the Chip's eyes and just...
I'd say he'd be fine. Arwen kind of is also kind of stunned and blinking as well.
Well, there's no point in keeping all our eggs in one basket, so to say. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
Probably. Let's be honest, have we done anything that we don't regret yet? Because...
I'm gonna turn to the Geist here for kind of a... Do you want to do this, or should we just...
The word chomping at the bit comes to mind for your Geist's reaction.
What?
Chomping.
I'm not sure I've heard that.
It's like...
I'm guessing yes.
Eager?
Yeah, eager. Extraneous excitement to do something.
Okay. If I don't come back,
We'll light a candle for you.
the last I want to see is candles right now. Oh, that tunnel. Gonna, another sigh as Julia's gonna make her way towards the floating tendon thing.
It undulates at you. It almost seems to reach out towards Drifting Smith as well.
Did it do this for
No.
the other two?
Likes you.
Disconcerting. I guess I poke it fairly unceremoniously.
Tiago, you witness both Júlia and Drifting Smith go limp. They actually do topple to the ground.
I'll rush over, and it's going to be like the light. Júlia, stay with me.
So, Júlia. Well, I'm not going to say, oh, you see all the exact same things Chip saw. Because that would be boring.
Oh, excellent.
You see everything directly through Igor's perception. While Chip's was kind of like a broad overview, more focused on the Cabal. What you have is essentially firsthand knowledge of Igor's path. So, unlike the others unlike Chip, where you only got vague notions of the dragon, you see the creation of the dragon. You also see the creation of Soulless Wolf. You see the meeting in the gate. You see Igor's attempt to cure the sickness. The realization that it ripped out somebody else's soul.
I don't know if Igor ever realized that, to be honest.
It's one of those
That was a
things.
freak accident.
It was never explicitly stated,
No,
but I would
but-
figure Igor's smart enough.
Yeah,
Maybe a
probably
suspicion.
Figure it out. A slight
Yeah.
suspicion.
The ripping out of the other mage's soul. Basically, you saw mage through Igor's eyes. We're done.
Great. Okay. A dangerous point of view to only have.
Yes.
Does he also get like the creation of his own ghost?
Yeah, when does it cut off? Does it cut off right where we ended Mage, or is it like a little bit afterwards?
I know it's a little meta knowledge here, but yeah.
It does cut off when Igor is pretty much told you get a 5-minute head start.
Okay.
Because it is specifically tied to that event.
Alright.
So, because it'll be boring if we just sit here and have Tiago slap Júlia for 9 hours. Malcolm,
Yeah. So,
where are you heading? Because
well, the rest of the group did say then they were going down further.
mm-hmm,
So Malcolm is aware that they went that way, he went that way. So,
Are you going to head down towards them?
yeah, given the experience he just had, he doesn't really want to deal with another insane ghost by himself. So he's going to go and meet up with the group. Strength in
Alright.
numbers.
All right. You don't have a boat.
Did they take the boat? Or did they walk?
They took
They
the
took
boat.
the boat. Okay.
Give me a navigation roll real quick.
All right, so let's get lost.
Let's,
So,
let's see how long it actually takes Júlia to wake up here.
so
Obviously,
there's probably no buildings down here, are there?
there are some buildings. They are mostly like mud huts, etc.
Mud huts.
So, I mean, you can use the architecture still.
Okay. So we'll do streetwise intelligence then.
Sounds good to me.
I'm getting lots of 3s.
You're able to finagle a way down. It is not comfortable by any stretch. And to your best guess, it takes you 8 hours.
Feels like 8 hours.
And you're going to take a level of fatigue, essentially.
Okay, I'll look that up.
By the time that you get down there, Júlia, you still have not come to.
Okay, well, I mean...
Tiago and the hermit are kind of looking around
Still something.
a little concerned.
Okay.
In the distance, the hermit kind of goes, Tiago, do you know that guy that's walking on the sands? Looks like he's about ready to collapse. And the little girl that's following him?
Oh, scary nightmare child. Yeah, they're with us.
The hermit kind of is
He's-
gesturing for you to come over.
He's all right. The girl's scared. The girl scares the still warm piss out of me.
I didn't realize you guys went so far.
Well, I mean, this is the absolute bottom. Well, he kind of looks over where you can kind of hear the lapping of water. As stated, everything's really hard to see down here. And he goes, I mean, obviously there's deeper down there, but I don't think you want to go down there. I'm not explaining all of this again.
That's fair. I heard the water was bad down here anyway, so don't drink it, don't swim in it. Got it. Cool. I'm gonna sit here and take a breath.
Well, Tiago and I have been, what's the lovely phrase? Chewing the fat for roughly about 8 hours? He kind of
Yeah.
nods his head over at Chip and Arwen. They're still in some sort of stupor and gestures over at Júlia and Drifting Smith. They haven't woken up.
Oh, that's not good. That shouldn't be good. When did that start? How did that start?
He gestures over at the undulating mass of flesh and bone that looks kind of like a ribbon.
Right.
Look,
What the hell is that?
They touch it, and this happens. You, first off, you fall asleep, and then indicating Chip, and then your brain melts.
Why would you touch it if you don't know what it is?
Oh, well,
Why do you think I didn't touch it?
we know what it is. It's a yalm. And he kind of just gestures nonchalantly like, this is all normal.
But it made them brain dead. Why did they touch it?
They're not brain dead. They're... Okay, to be quite fair, I've never seen one of you Sin-Eater types react quite like Júlia there. Most of them do act like Chip there. Their brain's dealing with a lot of emotions right now, so it just takes a little bit to process.
Malcolm will heave himself up, go over to Chip. Check eyes, dilation, movement.
Chip responds to that stuff. It's you can tell it's more he's become exceedingly introverted or introspective. There we go. That's the word.
Okay.
As if he's trying to deal with internal issues more so than, oh, my brain is gone. He's responding to stimuli. Like, as soon as you start shining lights, he like tries to smack your hand away.
All right. So Chip's fine. He's just dealing with some other stuff. We'll check Júlia on the ground there.
How do you, go ahead and give me a medicine roll.
All right. Let me check one thing. Pro training 9 again, is that 2 dots or 3 dots? I forget.
Oh, come on. You played Hunter.
I know, but I've literally just said I forgot. I'll just pull up 2 dots, which I have, so 9 again. 2 successes.
She just seems she's breathing. She's definitely alive. Just unconscious. Simple smelling salts, if you have them, will do the trick.
I'll reach into the pouch, doctor's bag, not the big medicine bag, but his little personal first aid kit. Yeah. Here, smell this. Tell me what it smells like. Júlia, snap.
It works. Júlia.
Oh. Can I not answer that?
Welcome back to the land of the dead.
I hate these puns.
Yeah, that's that point where every time you wake up and you think this was all a dream, it's not. They're still here.
How unfortunate.
You okay? You touched a thing and seemed to have had a negative reaction.
Where do I start?
My professional recommendation, don't touch those things.
Well, I mean, it helped, I think.
You can probably understand why Chip is still trying to process all of that, the hermit kind of gestures.
Well, I mean,
Come on, share with the class.
it was only a couple weeks, maybe. Like, I don't know what he was going on about.
Interesting. Yeah. The hermit kind of mutters that underneath his breath.
But you
And
both. Go ahead.
first of all, I'm assuming Julia probably understands that the person she was looking through is her Geist, or is
Or-
the same.
Some amalgamation, yeah.
Yeah.
There's at least a strong connection.
Enough to make the connection to look at her Geist and say, okay, do you understand any of that better? Because that was you, I think.
He kind of... You get the... As Drifting Smith somewhat is obviously rubbing his head too. You get the sense... Me? Yet not me? At least according to the person up there. Referring to your clawed friend.
Okay. But it's still sort of you? So, where does that leave us? Where's the... If that's not you, then where is the... How are you... I have a lot of questions again, and not a lot of answers.
Wait, so you had a vision of your Geist before when they were living? Is that what I'm hearing? Isn't that like a big deal? Looking at Rose, that's a big deal, right?
Rose and Ishmael are both nodding. Even Arwen's somewhat kind of nodding, even though he seems to be still somewhere else. Arwen's even kind of nodding.
So, somehow... there's a lot of things that I'm not really liking about these realizations, but I don't...
Magic's real.
Yeah.
That's one of those.
Okay, so first of all, I think that insane guy up the cliffs was somewhat correct. It's some minuscule things.
Yeah, that guy. I met that
Interesting
guy.
enough, I saw him
Understatement.
die, so that was quite enjoyable to watch, I will say. Well, I wanted answers, and all I get are more questions. I hate this.
The hermit kind of at this point speaks up. Okay, Júlia, I want you to focus and maybe would it be better if the two of those guys started asking you questions? Because it seems like... Because if you're not careful, you might end up like... And he points at Chip. It seems like you're having a hard time digesting the information.
Maybe share what you saw, and will that help get it out of the system?
I feel like that's the issue, is there's so much all at once that the brain just kind of goes, I don't know, I'm gonna shut up now until I figure it out. Gestures over at Chip.
It's really weird. I saw a lot of things I don't think I should have seen at all. Like...
Right?
You're working on something like, you're working on like a painting, right? I don't do a lot of painting myself. You can look at the painting, but you look at it and you should only be able to see the top, right?
What do you mean? Just like the surface?
You should only be able to see the paint on the top of the canvas, right?
Right. Okay. I get
Yeah. You shouldn't be able to see like 3 layers of paint on it. All different layers. It's very hard to explain. It's not all like that though. It's like, and then there were others.
The hermit looks over at Tiago and is just like, is this making any more sense than what Chip was making? That's the expression on the hermit's face.
I don't know, but all I can assume is that she's been huffing paint. That's what I'm getting from this.
Okay, so let me see. To use your example of a painting, you don't start with a finished product. You start with a single brush stroke. So let's try that. If it's too hard to explain the whole thing, start with one thing.
Okay. The people, the ghosts that are sick, they got sick because they died from the sickness. But that doesn't explain why more ghosts are getting sick. Again, more questions than answers.
I mean, that's at least a start. That the hermit kind of says that at least gives us a point of reference. It re-solidifies why I've heard talk of a patient zero, so to speak.
What else is
That's
relevant?
That's what I'm looking for. Have you heard any rumors of a?
The first the ghosts that I saw that were sick were they were stuck up top, right? Ghosts can walk through the gates, but they couldn't.
Was there no gate, or just they couldn't physically walk through, metaphysically, whatever word you want to use?
No, there definitely was a gate. I think, unless gates have changed.
So they couldn't go through the gates on top side.
They were stuck up there until I'm not really sure what happened, and then they weren't. Going back to the painting analogy.
We're staying with that one, right?
I'm not sure how to really comprehend or explain what I saw.
So at this point, the hermit does kind of speak up. Well, I'm gonna be that guy here, so I do apologize, but
Don't
I don't think
don't
that you're.
apologize. Be back.
I don't think that you processing is maybe the best use of your guys' time here. Maybe he kind of gestures over at Chip. Maybe take a moment and actually process it and then try and speak about it, because right now, I'll be quite frank, I don't even understand what you're saying, and I've been down here a long time.
It was before we saw the thing in the ocean.
I mean, I'm reckoning personally, I recommend that right now we need to go and talk to the Admiral. Was it the Admiral? The guy.
The Admiral, the
The guy on the ship.
Yeah, the freighter. The
Yeah.
captain of the freighter.
Personally, I think that's our best insight as to what's happening here. Júlia, you take the time you need.
Okay, so we go and see this Admiral guy. I assume he's on the water somewhere, right?
The hermit, and literally everybody gestures towards the gigantic, like, freighter.
Yeah, I figured that's...
It's not too far.
Is it?
Can Chip walk? Did he get any better? I'm gonna look at him and see he obviously didn't.
He kind of gives you the look of, like, I'm still trying to process this as well. I'm just not going to be talking while I try to process it, because nothing's going to make sense until I do.
Hey, but didn't the dragon go for a swim in those waters that we're about to cross?
Only is further, deeper down. Nothing is down there.
Just, I don't want to be capsized, it's all. I hear bad things about the waters down here.
Oh, now, they're not that bad. You just forget about it yourself and everything.
That sounds bad to me.
Once you've been down here long enough, it doesn't start seeming so bad.
So just to check that I've got that right, that there is the dragon is further down than this, but there is nothing down there. Is that right?
The only thing that exists this far below is the Ocean of Fragments. So this dragon's been diving into the Ocean of Fragments. Which is...
And that's what we're on the shore of right now.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. Sorry, I thought there was more further down, but ignore me. So maybe we run in with a giant undead lizard. Maybe we don't. Who knows? But right now, the closest thing we have to answers is out there.
Oh, all right. If that's where the answers are, then that's where we have to go. Just not looking forward to it.
I don't think any of us are. We'll come back. When we get back, something will be gone. A little piece of you, like, scratched away.
Okay, then let's walk.
So, as you begin to make your way towards the freighter, it takes some time. You're having to move a little bit more slowly than you normally would, because Malcolm is just still a bit sluggish. Malcolm seems to be quite tired.
My legs, they hurt. They're cramping.
You do eventually come to where the freighter seems to have gone ashore, so to speak. As you kind of look at the crew as they seem to be moving a certain cargo. It can't tell what the cargo is. It's in crates. The one thing that is very clearly noticed, only 2 individuals are not ill. The Admiral and the First Mate. Or what you would assume are the Admiral and the First Mate, given by the rather, let's just call them what they are, ridiculous hats that they wear.
Bicorn.
Icon.
First Mate, while the other one has the gigantic, more Admiral style with the gigantic feather.
Icon. Yeah.
Yeah. Tricorn and Bicorn, both. One of each. The Admiral kind of is up on the ship, looking down as everybody is moving to and fro. Just very slowly follows you as you approach with their gaze.
Ariel's gonna, under her breath, she's kind of like, I don't even remember what number we're on, but maybe this time's the charm. Somebody who actually knows something and isn't a miserable person to talk to.
Well, I see a lot of sick ghosts on that ship. I don't feel entirely comfortable with that many, being surrounded by that many, but the Admiral seems fine, and his First Mate seems fine. I wonder why and how.
Maybe it's the hat.
Yes, we all need the special hats.
None of the workers seem shipmates, whatever you want to call them. They eye you cautiously, but they don't stop what they're doing, and they don't intersect you or attempt to stop you from getting on the ship if you move to do so.
I will ask, are we allowed to just go up?
Make sure to pay the toll, one of the workers says.
Where is this ship going?
Depends where you need it to go. One of the only vessels here that can sail the Ocean of Fragments reliably every single time.
Oh.
Don't pay the toll. Maybe Leviathan pays a visit.
Yeah, I have toll money. Although I don't actually have a specific destination in mind at the moment.
Though honestly, I'd prefer Leviathan pay a visit than that dragon thing.
You've seen it then. How often? When was the last time?
The Leviathan or the dragon?
The dragon.
Been a little bit. The dragon usually launches itself out of the waters, devours a deep domain, and sinks. What it can't devour, it sinks.
Any idea when it's gonna do it, or is it sudden? Here I am. Sucks to be you.
I've
Or is
never
it-
heard it put so aptly before.
Like that then.
It has been getting more frequent.
Are you not afraid that it will come after the ship?
Kind of shrugs. I mean, yeah, but What are our options here? Look at how far down we are. There's not much to eat. There's not much work. This is the work. Some get by like the hermit. The rest of us, if we're down this far, we join up with the crew. It's stable. There's still trade even deep this far down between the deep domains that are a little bit closer to the banks.
The dragon has attacked you before? If I got that?
Yes, unable to sink the freighter though.
How did you fight it off?
It grew bored. Gestures over at the freighter, which you can see extensive damage to, but it's that type of extensive damage where you can tell that something really tried to harm it, but nothing structural seems to be damaged. So, extensive cosmetic damage, I guess, is the best way to phrase it.
That's not the answer I wanted.
I mean, what? Did you think we had some magic cannon that could blow it up?
Kind of, yes.
Really was hoping you were going to say you had exactly that.
You don't have like an old ghost like battleship laying around you could sail out of port?
Oh, I'm certain there's hundreds, if not thousands of those. From old Viking longships to more modern fares.
But
it's no easy feat, sailing the ocean of fragments. One wrong move, and it's bye-bye ship. The Admiral's the only one that can do it reliably.
so then the admiral would need to take command of said battleship.
This is the Admiral's ship. Why would they abandon it?
Ah, that's a fair point. Put
I think
cannons
that's
on
right,
this
okay.
ship.
Like,
Why don't you just go up and talk to the Admiral? It looks like you want to pay tolls anyways. You're wasting time talking to me.
go through my pockets, find some coins.
Same. And to you or to the admiral up there?
He nods upwards.
Alright.
As you walk, I hate that I'm going to use this phrase, as you walk the plank, essentially. Upwards, though, you do just feel the eyes of the Admiral watch you the entire way. Never once has their gaze left you. As you approach, completely nondescript. No nose, the thinnest of lips, eyes that are almost sunken so deep that you can't see the actual eyeball. No hair, completely androgynous in their body type. The Admiral is wearing what you would see an Admiral from like the, colonial era wear. Just staring blankly at you. No expression.
Permission to come aboard.
looks towards Tiago. You're already aboard. A little too late for that. Not
I
that
thought we
you're
did
in,
that.
not that you're in any trouble for that.
I thought you just had to say that. Old tradition.
Where would you like to go?
We need to ask you a few questions before we decide on a destination.
One of those destinations. I can do that.
You know this place.
I know the ocean of fragments better than anybody dead. Also, the voice is completely devoid of any sort of indication of where they came from, whether they may be male or female. There is nothing. Not that it's monotone. There is inflection. There is, you can still. It's not robotic. It is still a person, if almost a shell of a person speaking.
This is a long shot, and I'm not really sure where it was. Are there any domains that are like ziggurats around here?
The Admiral pauses for a second. There is one domain. You're not gonna like it.
I already didn't like seeing, if it's the same one, I didn't like seeing it already.
I can get you to the top of it.
Are we going upriver? Can this thing fit up a river?
I can get you to the top of it.
Is it in the ocean and we could just sail to the top? That's what I'm getting.
The Admiral nods.
Okay. So it's mostly submerged then, whatever the ziggurat is. Are we looking for a ziggurat?
It does not dissolve.
It's where the sickness came from. So if there's any clue to how to beat it, it might be there. I'm sorry, I've been quiet. I've been trying to think what I can make from what I saw.
The Admiral extends a hand. Fair.
Oh, yes. Well, coins.
What currency do they use in Brazil?
It's
Now everybody's
Yes.
like, wait.
Yes, that. That's what it is.
Real.
Reals.
Rhea? Okay.
Real. Yeah.
They use real money.
Looks at Tiago and Júlia.
Yeah.
Fumble around. Do I still have a wallet on me, or has that been like pickpocketed through the many strange towns I've been through?
Not pickpocketed.
Okay, so we're not that close to Brazil. That was a close one. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'll hand him like I don't know what the currency is valued at, so I'll hand him like
It's
20 Brazil bucks.
You hand him 2 coins.
Okay.
That's
Or hand
that's
them.
probably about I'm guessing it's probably about $1. No, it's about $2.
Let me check.
It's not a strong currency.
I didn't expect so. Brazilian real.
All aboard. We sail now. The crewmen finish up what they're doing and then begin to make their way back on the ship. Not to sound overly dramatic, the ship actually unbeaches itself very quickly, lurching back into the ocean of fragments, and gets turned at a pace that pretty much all 3 of you are sure would shear any other ship in half as it turns 180 degrees.
We have to like hold on to something to keep from falling over.
Yeah. I'm sure you are very aware where we are going. And this is the first time you've seen any hint of emotion. The Admiral's, just the corner of their lipless mouth kind of goes up into a smirk. There be dragons. You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Geist the Sin-Eaters, 2nd edition, Marvelous City of the Dead, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener. If you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcome. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, when change comes, and it will it be full of hope or tragedy?